Hello, Websy Wongi's channel. I have a quick question for any of you Christians or scholars out there. Um, Today I had a very interesting conversation with someone, and if this isn't the video for you, if you're not a Christian or you just don't want to hear anything about God or anything, just skip on past or just listen. I'm just mainly trying to ask people who are Christians this question that I came across, and I've never heard of it. But basically, someone asked me, if I can remember it. This is the second time I tried to do this video. The coming war of Lucifer. I don't know if anyone's ever heard that term, but someone on a group that I'm with asked me, have you heard anything about that? Um, all that I know is growing up, I was raised in a Baptist church. We read our Bibles and stuff, and we learn about Armageddon and the rapture. And I'm not a big educational wild, but I know that, we are living in the last days. Are we not? Um, and it's just confusing because the things that this person brought up, they messaged me from a group of mine. And a lot of groups a lot of people judge me because I'm on those groups, but I'm on there for educational wiles. Uh, but pretty much this person asked me about, you know, because they brought up different things too about like Islam and Muslims. They have their witches or whatever, and they know when when Lucifer's war against humans and Lucifer's army. They know the date for that. And Bowie, if you're watching this, I really need your help in this. I was going to send you an email asking you this, but I just thought I would ask anyone who's Christian, if they've heard these terms and like some of the thoughts. One of my first thoughts, and I'm just going to give my opinion, and hopefully this won't be a long video, but pretty much, we are living the end times, and, um, dates, and nobody knows when Christ is coming. Nobody does. You can see the times, and like for you, Bowie, a lot of it has to do with the world around us and how we're living and things that are brought up on the news. Things are coming closer and closer to that time when Jesus comes. Whether if it's going to be a war, whether it's going to be destruction to the Christians getting persecuted or whatever. But I just thought I would ask that question. If anybody knows of that term, I've never really heard of that. Lucifer's army. Humans, basically, it's humans and Lucifer's army. A battle. I don't know. When I thought of that, the first thing I thought, I was thinking when Jesus comes back and destroys the world. And I don't know. The thing about the tribulation always confused me because I've heard of the 7-year tribulation, and I've heard of, the tribulation where, I kind of get confused with that part. The tribulation and then when Christ comes. The 7-year tribulation. And it just confuses me. Maybe someone can help me with that. But, like I said, I grew up in a Christian church, a Baptist church, I should say. And, we read the Bible. I've heard many sermons about the end times and stuff, and it's just confusing, some of the stuff, especially when you got the tribulation period. And I'm confused too. Maybe you can help me out, Bowie. But the time, the 7-year period tribulation, I thought is that when we get all raptured out? And what's the difference between the rapture and the tribulation? Because when I think of the rapture, I think of the rapture where the saints of God, children of God, are raptured out and go to heaven. And then we have the tribulation, the 7-year tribulation, where all hell's going to break loose on earth, and the demons are going to be out, and Satan's going to have his share to destroy the whole world and things like that. I mean, I'm not very knowledgeable on that part, but any of you that are knowledgeable on that, I would love that. And maybe you could do a video on what I'm talking about, Bowie, because it's just confusing, because it's like a complete stranger messages me and asks me about, have you heard of the coming war of Lucifer? I thought that was weird, and how they were saying, the Muslims know when that date is, and that he was saying, we need to prepare our families and protect. It's our responsibility to protect our families, and that said something about a date in December 25th of this year that Muslims know of, and I have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, if anyone's interested in what that person exactly said to get clarification, I could send, it depends on who you are, but I could send what they said. But that's basically what they said, is where the humans and Lucifer's army go against each other. And when I think of that, I think of, the Armageddon. That's when Christ comes and destroys the world, but also, too, I think we're living in that day and age where it's end times, and a lot of things are happening right now. If you think about it, things are adding up. Look outside in the clouds and stuff. It doesn't add up, because growing up, I paid attention to the clouds. I looked at the clouds, but sometimes it's like nowadays, it's like some things aren't adding up when you look at the clouds. Because honestly, I've looked at the clouds, and sometimes I look at them like they don't really make sense. I've thought of too, like when I watched the movie Matrix. I thought, are we living in that kind of day and age where we're not really living? It's mainly just a green screen room or something. I don't know. But if any of you Christians out there who can help me, I would love that, because it's just weird how I came across someone talking about Lucifer's army, and that Muslims and some people who are witches, I'm not saying I am one, but I'm just saying he was saying that they know people. And I asked this person, how do you know about this, that this year in December, there's going to be a big war, Lucifer's war breakout? And they said spirits. So pretty much spirits told them that. I know you've got to be careful what you hear, but I think it was just weird because spirits told you. I don't know. It wasn't adding up, because I'm thinking, is this person trying to talk to me because I'm a Christian so I can be persecuted? And I told this person straight up, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I don't want to side with the devil and stuff like that. And I'm on God's side. I'm not for the devil's side. So if I can get help, that would be great. But yeah, I've never heard of that. Lucifer's army against humans. He is against us, of course, but yeah. Anyways, that's my take on today, what I've learned, and I'm like, what the heck does this mean? Anyways, have a good day. Bye.